All right, you guys, daylight savings is this Sunday, which means we actually gain an hour, but it still takes a toll on our body when we're adjusting to sleep. We have Scott Schauss here from Intermountain LDS Hospital Sleep Center, and we're talking about sleeping. It's lots of sleep disorders. One thing that we always love talking about here is how to get better sleep. But for those of us who usually sleep pretty well, just changing our cycle from daylight savings is a little tricky. Why is that?
Well, when the time changes, we either lose an hour or gain an hour. In the fall, it's a little bit better than the springtime when we lose an hour. In the fall, we're gaining that extra hour, but it can be, and our sleep habits are a real key factor into that.
Right. And you have a lot of tips for us on like things to be doing anyway, but taking daylight savings time into consideration is always hard. So sticking to a schedule is really important, right?
Absolutely. You should be going to bed and waking up generally at the same time every single day. You don't want to steer too far from that because that can really impact your sleep quality, your sleep quantity, and your daytime functioning the next day.
I love that you also said avoid spending more time in your bedroom than is needed.
Yeah, we're living in a culture where electronic devices are so accessible, and we're spending too much time in bed watching TV or on our tablets or on our phones, and that's actually promoting poor sleep habits, creating insomnia-related sleep issues, and people are having a hard time falling asleep, staying asleep, and suffering the consequences the next day.
And I'm guilty of that, as I actually have just put a TV in my bedroom, and now I'm like, maybe that was the best idea.
Yeah.
I did not sleep well last night. It's frustrating. So I like that you say use your bedroom only for sleep, and keeping your bedroom dark.
Absolutely. So light is a big factor of why we're awake during the day. And so we want to minimize the amount of light our eyes or our brain is exposed to at night, and more light during the day, because it really will mess with your circadian rhythms, your sleep-wake schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. Exercise is a big one.
Exercise is a big deal. A lot of people are in the habit of exercising before bed, in the 1 to 2 hours before bed. That's actually problematic to a proper sleep environment. Absolutely, because working out increases endorphins, increases energy levels in the body, and it actually can be more stimulating to the brain and prevent you to become sleepy when it's time to go to bed. So you actually want to work out in the early mornings, and sometime throughout the day. I would say at least 3 hours before you go to bed.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on naps? Because I happen to love napping.
Yeah, so
good, bad?
No, well, it depends on the type of naps.
Okay.
Power napping is actually more beneficial for your daytime functioning than a long nap. Power napping, 20 minutes or less, can actually increase productivity, alertness for the rest of your day. If you're needing to take longer than 20 to 30 minutes of a nap during the day, that's probably a sign that you have something wrong with your sleep, every night that you are sleeping. So, because it can build up sleep inertia whenever you're sleeping that long. When you wake up, you're usually feeling more groggy, not refreshed. And then it's actually going to delay your time to go to bed the next night. So it's actually doing a lot of things.
When do you know if it's the best next step to come in and see you guys at LDS Hospital?
Yeah, so I think if you're sleepy during the day, you're driving sleepy, you're having a hard time at work focusing, memory issues, mood disorders, that could be a sign that you have a sleep problem. If you're having difficulties falling asleep, staying asleep, or both, if you're snoring or your spouse tells you that you stop breathing, those could be all signs that you have a sleep disorder, and that would be
time to go check you out.
Absolutely.
Time to make an appointment. All right, Scott, thank you.
Yeah,
Great information. Yes, hoping all of us make it through. If we get an extra hour this weekend, which is wonderful. If you guys are concerned about your sleeping, please make sure to check the information out on your screen, ldshospital.org, and you can get an appointment with Scott. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.